Afternoon. Know some of my students have seen this bike kicking around the shop. It's been an off and on project for the last several years. I like to have a project that I occasionally work on, just to kind of show you guys what's possible with all this machinery, all this equipment that we have here in our school shop. The things I teach. Everything I've done here is stuff that I teach my students every day, and kind of helps get people interested. I've made some progress while it's the weekend, no school. Just was going to show you guys kind of some of the things I've been working on. So let's give you a tour of this bike. All right, so this started out as a 1978 Honda XL350. The frame is still XL350, all the black stuff. Motor XL350. It's been bored way oversized. It's going to be roughly a 412 when it's done. I'll show you some more of the motor goodies here in a second. What I've done though is I've cut the whole regular frame off here. It used to be a dual shock. I've cut the whole rear frame off, done some designing of an upper shock mount here. It's just tacked into place right now, and we've got a lower shock mount. You can kind of see right here, this guy. Lots of measuring. This is just temporary to hold the aluminum subframe in, but lots of measuring, lots of math, lots of trial and error design process has gone into getting that rear shock to sit where I wanted it to, and to get the rear swing arm angle where I thought it needed to be. It's a little higher than it should be. It's sitting up on the stand at the moment. The front end was actually pretty simple. I made these two bushings, spun those up on the metal lathe. Still need to put some new bearings in here. This is hours and hours and hours over the space of several years it's taken me to get to this point even. But we're making finally some visible progress. The engine I mentioned is a 350. It's been bored out to a 412. Here is the stock piston, a little side-by-side comparison, and here is the new piston. So if you can see, minus the rings here, there is quite a size difference between those two pistons. About there. This guy should make it about a 412, also a higher compression. It's got that pop-up. I also had the head, some machine work done. The valves were all professionally done. I had some porting done on the intake and exhaust. Still have obviously a fair ways to go before the motor is put back together, but it's starting to come along. So I'm excited to see this project finished and see how she rides. This is the 78 XL 350. Actually, I believe this is a 76 just based on the paint scheme. The bike was identical for 3 years, 76, 77, and 78. But this is what the bike originally looked like. You can see the big metal hoop that came around the back, and this bar, all of that was cut off. The swing arm with the dual shock, all of that was removed. Obviously the muffler's gone, the seat's gone. It's being combined with parts from this. This is an early 2000 CR 250. So we've got the swing arm shock and the subframe. Seat's gonna end up being custom built. Real quick photo chop of the two bikes together. This is kind of what we're looking at. I'm hoping for, anyways, for the finished product. I'm gonna make custom side panels and do away with the airbox, the old school oval style, but I kind of like the way that seat turned out. We'll probably do something with that seat, and I definitely like the white plastics with the blue tank too. So we'll probably go with some of those schemes, color schemes, and see how she does. We enjoyed this little tour of the Honda. Still haven't come up with a good name for it. XL, CR, CRXL. I guess I forgot to mention all of the newer parts, the whole rear subframe, rear swing arm, rear shock, the whole front end came off of an early 2000 CR 250. Planning on getting some suspension revalving done to make it more of a trail bike. We'll kind of see where it goes. Don't forget, I've got hats. I've actually had to order more hats, so I've got more hats coming, more black hats. I still have a few white ones left over. Got stickers available. Each hat comes with a free sticker and getting you an entry to win the mini bike when we start doing that project this summer. Stay tuned, share, like, subscribe, give me some more followers. We get up to 1,000 followers, we're gonna do a drawing and give away that mini bike. Have a great weekend.